Hey yo, what's up? We in the house. It's happening right now. Her in the huddle. No puddles. It's not raining outside right now. Holy cracking. I gotta work on my bars. I'm gonna work on that. You are listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. This is your girl Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports. We know you are listening to us live, but remember you can always download that WOVU app to take us on the go with you. Also, you can listen to us online at WOVU.org. And also you can give us a call and talk to us live at 216-271-0959. Now I got my boy with me. I got my ride or die. I got my man coming out of Dallas, Texas. I got that right?
Yeah.
I got my boy Willie Epstein from the Shake Back Sports Network here with me, my host on Tuesdays. What's up, Willie? How you doing, sir? What's going on, man?
I am doing good. I wish you would. Please come on and wrap your case, because we about to get in the sports takes.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, that's good. I don't know if I'm capable of that. You know, my rhythm be off and stuff like that. But, that's what's up, man. So how was your weekend?
My weekend?
Yeah.
Well, I saw you on my weekend.
I know.
It was good. I'm trying to think what exciting happened other than the show that we did on Saturday, Kick the Narrative. BGC Sports Network, Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas. Y'all stand up. It is out there on YouTube on my channel. Go check it out. Rachel Hill held it down like she always does on KTN6 # Sports Talk that is lit.
Yeah, man, in the cafeteria of the Cleveland baseball team facility. So yeah, so sometimes you got to find a workspace to make it work. I did want to go out onto the field, but I didn't want to get hit in the back of the head with a ball. So I decided against that option, but I was in the baseball facility while doing that show. So on location.
As only you can.
Yeah, you have a good Sunday, man. I know you go to church and all that other stuff.
Yeah, we went to church, got a rightfully rich, right on time word, and I'm excited for the word that was spoken for not just myself, but everybody that's connected to me, which includes you and everybody there at WOVU.
What was the main thing? What was the main thing of that word that you got out of? Or is that private? Because everybody gets something different out of
for me, it's about being made whole.
Okay.
So in order for us to be made whole, we have to allow things to fall off of us. And when things fall off of us, including distractions, then we can move towards the purpose that he has for us. And I am well entrenched into my purpose because I got a call today from one of the elders at my church, and he has put me on game in another ministry. So I'm very excited about it because it aligns directly in what I am trying to do with the Shake Back Media Group.
Awesome. Okay, good. Glad to hear that. So
what's up, George?
Yeah, I know. What's up, G Money? Say we looking good on the 50 inch. Ah! That might not have been the best type of thing to do, I guess, but that's what I was feeling at the time, man. So it is an amazing work week. It is All-Star Week in baseball. This is like our holiday for those of us that love baseball. Last night, they had the home run derby, getting it in. I did do a video for MLBBro.com, a flashback of Ken Griffey Jr. doing it in 1993 and 1994, back-to-back, hitting the ball off the warehouse out there in Baltimore. Man, did you see him last night?
I did, and he looked like he can still play.
I know.
He looks like he can still play, but maybe only DH.
Yeah, he's a little stocky now because I was like, that's the kid? I'm like, hold on, man. Because it's been a minute since I've seen him. But yeah, he's real stocky right now. So you are absolutely right, coming out there at DH. But what'd you think of that home run derby? Because we're going to get to your Oakland A's because I don't know if you heard about the announcement that came out about them today. But I want to get to this home run derby. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic. As a matter of fact, As a matter of fact, Rachel, I just tweeted it about an hour ago at Shakeback Media Group on the Twitter that it was on again on the Major League Baseball Network earlier. So I was like, yo, I'm finna watch this again. And I did. And I enjoyed it again. And guess what? The same person that won last night won today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of the format? Do you like that format?
I'm all for it. I'm all for anything that brings excitement to the game of Major League Baseball. And I'm of the opinion that there were so many kids there. That should be MLB's new target audience. People between the ages of 12 and 26.
Instead of 75 and up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I feel the same way too.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that being said, I was impressed as I don't know what by Trey Mancini.
Yeah.
That dude, man, if he doesn't win comeback player of the year,
yeah.
Nobody in a worse situation in a previous year or two should ever win it. Now, I actually chose Andrew McCutchen from the Phillies to win it, but I had forgotten about that at that time about Mancini and his stage 3 colon cancer. So he put on the show. I think Trevor Story put on the show there at home. Although I do believe that at the end of the month, he will no longer be a Rocky. Yeah. I mean,
I'll take him here with the Cleveland Baseball Club.
You have to excuse me too, Rachel, and everybody out there watching and listening. I went to the doctor yesterday, and I've got a bit of a sinus infection, and it's affecting me in a way that I don't like because it's making me cough a lot, and it's making my head hurt. So if you hear or see me move away from the camera like that, it's because I'm coughing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just glad to hear you don't got number 19, man. That's good to hear. I'm glad. Sinus infection we could deal with. Number 19, I got to ship you out some stuff, ship you out some juice and some, cold stuff, but I'm glad it's just a sinus infection. Right. George said, imagine if Griffey had the Coors Field to hit home runs and played there. Yeah, especially with that ball slicing out of there. What about Juan Soto, though? He was out there looking good, too.
Yeah, Juan Soto, if you remember, he missed the start of the year because of COVID and some other issues too. And that dude is actually a superstar in the making as well. I mean, baseball is we say it, don't spray it. Baseball is in good hands with Juan Soto and Tatis Jr. and Vlad Jr. and Bichette and Kavan, the dude that played for the Astros. Kavan Biggio, all these guys, man, with a lineage, if you will, are very, very good players. And one may argue that some of these players are better than their dads.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah. Bigger, faster, stronger. I know Michael Jordan's kids wasn't better than him. Could, Bronny Jr. be better than Bron? We'll see. But in baseball, it's such a different skill set that you have to have. These kids have access to so many more opportunities to play throughout the year than their parents probably had at the time they were growing up. So, if anything, they should be better, You
know what, though? I had a conversation with somebody about this very subject about baseball at church on Sunday. And he was telling me that he was going to push his son more to baseball. He's very athletic. He plays football well. He plays basketball well, but he doesn't see him necessarily at this moment being able to reach the pinnacle of the sport. So he said he was going to try to push him to baseball. And I was like, yo, with baseball, if you can hit the ball reasonably well and you are very athletic, scouts drool over that. And this kid is that he's very athletic and he's very fast. If you can run in Major League Baseball, you can get on a squad.
Because you don't have to be a home run hitter. And a lot of people have made careers out of not being home run hitters, but they have special skill sets that have been beneficial, especially the ability to run fast and steal the base.
Rachel, are you cold?
Yeah, I'm a little cold. Oh, you saw I got my jacket on as a blankie. It's cold in the studio. I don't know if people realize that, but I'm here with the. Well, men have thicker skin than women, so that's one of the reasons why. But there's the air conditioner on in the studio, so I'm a little chilly. So yeah, I got my blanket. I got my jacket on, using it as my blankie for my lower half because I got shorts on.
Linus, she got her Linus. So George just asked a question, and Nate, if you can put that back on the screen for us, man, so we can address it properly. George says, which teams in the Major League Baseball are buyers and sellers as we come to the trade deadline?
Hold on, before we get to that though, there was one thing that I had wanted to talk about. So we'll talk about that in a second, George. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the star power of Shohei Ohtani. And I was kind of sad he didn't win. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I just think about, what's taking place with Asian Americans based on what happened with COVID and things of that nature, and how a lot of people who are racist have turned against them, thinking that they are the sole and proximate cause of the virus when they are not, and just the way that Asians have been treated. So I thought it was important to have diversity, and someone who is not a cis, hetero, straight, white male, we pretty much being the face of All-Star this week. And it's Shohei Ohtani. He's going to be pitching, and he's also going to be hitting in this All-Star game. But I kind of wanted him to win last night, and he didn't. But it was kind of close. But I think he was kind of gassed more than normal, because I guess he hadn't been taking batting practice. So when he finished, he was on his almost hands and knees, bent over and stuff like that. But he was gassed. So I'm like, it takes a lot to do that home run derby. I don't think people realize how hard it is to hit home runs, hit balls consistently for 400 feet for amount of time. Oh, with the old home run derby, was it timed as well, or was it just a straight amount of balls?
I think they had a pitch count of maybe 10 or 15 or something like that.
Okay, with the old derby, and they just went one right after each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I like this format a whole lot better because it puts the player up against themselves more so than against the just the number of pitches or the number of balls in their way.
Yeah.
And the addition of the bonus time too, I think, helps as well.
Yeah, and the ball too. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the home run derby. I always do. That's my favorite part about baseball is a home run, and usually it's a grand slam for me, a grand salami. So that was pretty enjoyable to start off the festivities. I guess I missed the celebrity softball game that had came on earlier in the day because it looked like it was daylight. But then by the time that it came on right after home run derby, I was tired and wanted to go to bed. So I went to bed instead of watching that. Did you get a chance to check out the celebrity game at all?
No, I didn't. And you know what? Our man George B, man, he is on it and he is with us. He says it was 10 outs. That's 10 what it outs. Was. It wasn't 10 balls, it was 10 outs.
10 outs.
Yeah, so basically anything that you didn't hit a home run, it was an out. So you had 10 of those. So it was either a home run, or if you hit a grounder, it was an out. If you hit a fly ball, it was an out. If you hit a foul ball, it was an out. I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't know if I really like that.
No, and that's why it's not here anymore.
That sounds kind of dumb to me. I'm not a fan.
Anyway.
I don't really watch the celebrity softball game. I'm not even gonna lie. So okay, it is what it is. Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna go to break because when we come back, we're gonna address George's question. And I wanted to talk about what's going on with your team, the Oakland A's, and coming out of this All-Star break, it's the first team that the Cleveland baseball team is gonna face. So 10 outs, 10 outs. So you were done on the pass.
Yeah, in the past, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so we'll be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM. We will be right back.
Oh, man. Let me.
All right, welcome back to Her in the Huddle, WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, the First Lady of Sports, as Sugar Booger said, and I am here with my co-host, Willie Epteen, in the house of Shake Back Sports Network. We are getting in, talking a little baseball, so we're going to address George's question, but, you know, like you said, also I want to say big shout out to Trey Mancini for putting on an awesome home run derby performance. Just, you know, if you think about Shohei Ohtani being in excellent shape doing this home run derby, think about Trey Mancini, who's battling cancer. He's in remission, right? Is the cancer gone or?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
It's been gone for a while.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw the cover story that it was done on him by ESPN, but
no, I missed it.
Oh man, if you don't want to cry, don't watch it.
Okay. Because I'm a crier, so I don't feel like crying sometimes.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna watch it though. It sounds like excuse me, it's something that would have been done really well. But shout out to him getting in there, doing that, you know, that home run derby and coming pretty close to winning. So hats off to him. It was a great derby. So moving on, George said who's going to be buyers and sellers. But one thing that is being talked about today, Rob Manfred did count on your Oakland Athletics situation. Were you aware of that?
Yep.
All right. So what's gonna happen, man? Where y'all gonna move to? Why can't y'all just stay in Oakland?
Because the city of Oakland don't want us there.
Why not? They ain't had y'all for forever.
Because it's a money issue. They want
y'all got money out there. Y'all got all the tech in the world. They got money out there. Why they playing like they poor?
Because that's on the other side of the bay. We didn't have this conversation 100 times. I'm not gonna do that with you. Okay. So this is the situation. This is what a source has told me. A source has told me that the proposal is in place. This is not the earth shattering or the news shattering part. The funds or the proposal is in place for a stadium in west or actually near downtown Oakland, right near Jack London Square. It's going to be a waterfront park, just like AT&T Park is over in San Francisco. It's right there on the water. You can probably see the stadiums from each other, as a matter of fact, if they were to do that. It's supposed to hold like, I don't know, 34, 35,000 people. Not only is it going to inject a whole lot of money in that side or for the A's and drive up the value of the A's franchise, it's going to inject a whole bunch of revenue in that area with malls and shopping places and restaurants and bars. I don't know if you've ever been to down here we have a thing called Texas Live, and it's out there by the new ballpark. It actually surrounds the old ballpark, the new ballpark, and AT&T Stadium. It's a bunch of restaurants. It's a concert venue. All kinds of stuff goes on out there. They have a similar thing in LA by the Staples Center, and I'm thinking they're going to have that in Oakland. If they had that in Oakland along with everything else that's already out there, then it would be a cool setting. But this is the thing, and this is what the sources told me. The money is in place. The money is in place, but the city of Oakland does not want to use it for stadium purposes. They want to use it for other reasons. Now, Oakland, East Oakland in particular, is a mess. I mean, it's a dump. It really is. So, a lot of these politicians or city leaders or what have you may be having their hands in the kitty. Oh, that didn't sound right. They may have their hand in the pot trying to get some of that money. Thus far, it's going to take away from the A's getting the new stadium built. So the city of Oakland is saying that they want the A's there, but the city of Oakland is acting like they don't want the A's there.
And so if this team moves, where do you see them moving to?
They're going to go to Vegas. They're going to go to Vegas. The Vegas, look, city of Las Vegas and or Clark County is going to offer a similar financial package that they did to the Raiders. They gave that dude $500 million to relocate to Vegas. After they gave that to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing that they were going to make that money back instantaneously, especially this year when the fans come back to the stadiums. And the betting is going to go through the roof.
I think the only way that we can look at things is that Vegas is eventually going to have all four major sports teams, well, three major sports teams in hockey.
Yeah, and you remember that I think it was in 2006 or 7, maybe they did have the NBA All-Star game there.
Yeah, that's right.
Which breaks
without a team.
Yes, which breaks all the rules of it being able to have an All-Star game or a championship game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Once they build that football, do they have a facility in which they can have football?
Yeah, Allegiant Stadium. They want to just build. It looks better than
for the hockey team.
Huh?
For the hockey team?
Oh, for the hockey team, the Las Vegas.
No, I'm talking about where could they play? Football game at? You said Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, that's where the Raiders play.
Oh, I forget the Raiders are there. Oh,
yeah, that's where the Raiders play. So look at it like this. They already have a WNBA team there, right?
Yeah, the Aces.
The Aces. Okay, so they would be an NBA team short of having the Fiver. Because they have the Knights, they have the Raiders, they would have the A's, they have the Aces. They would be complete.
They're getting an NBA team too. I mean, the NBA. I mean, I don't think anybody plan on moving, but I think it's time for the NBA to expand to two teams. Expand 2 teams.
Well, when the NBA does expand again, I think Seattle is going to be the first city on the list to get another team.
That'd be good. Seattle and Vegas.
Yeah, but it won't be Vegas before Seattle. It'll be Seattle first.
No, no, that's definitely understandable.
And those fans in Seattle, I mean, they deserve a basketball team. And a lot of people don't even know that the Oklahoma City Thunder is the Supersonics from Seattle.
People, you think a lot of people don't realize that?
Yeah, I think
younger fans.
Yeah, but okay, and that's who's drawn to the NBA, the younger fans. Unlike baseball, see, that's the difference between basketball and baseball in the fact that basketball attracts that fan base all the way down to 8 or 9. And you look at fans of baseball and fans of the NBA, and see how many fans you see out there that have or younger fans that have jerseys on of these players, of their favorite players in the NBA as opposed to MLB. Just pay attention to it.
Do people really even wear jerseys all like that anymore?
Oh yeah. Look at my wall.
I know. I know. But I don't really see people wearing a lot of baseball jerseys out there.
Yeah.
Like I do basketball or football jerseys.
But and that's the point that I'm making, and the fact that especially with the younger kids, the 12 to 24 years olds that the MLB conglomerate should be targeting. So if you look at it on a case by case basis or a sport by sport basis, the NBA is killing it.
Yeah, because Major League Baseball does nothing to brand its stars. It does nothing to appeal to a younger demographic. It does nothing to appeal to Black people. And minorities. I mean, you have the Latino, Hispanic, minority, but they're making up the majority of the leagues at this point. So baseball has a lot of problems, and when you point the finger at somebody, you got three pointing back at baseball. So baseball has caused its own problems and created its own problems. But let's get to a few minutes before we go to break. Buyers and sellers. So unfortunately, your Oakland A's are going to move.
Yeah, they're gonna move. I think they're gonna move, and when it happens,
I think it's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. It is bad. There will be no professional sports organizations in Oakland for the first time since like 1963.
Because the Warriors, they used to be in Oakland, right?
Well, they played in Oakland, but now they play in the Bay or in the city, which is across the Bay. But they do still rep Oakland a lot of times whenever they're wearing their home jerseys.
I used to like the ones that said the city, and then they beat the Cavaliers, and I hated everything. Golden State, even the jerseys. Wow, yeah. So no Raiders, no, gosh, no Warriors, and no A's. How will y'all recover?
I'm gonna cry.
Well, you're not gonna do that because you kind of know it's coming though.
I'm still gonna cry.
But how does Oakland recover?
They don't.
Do they ever get teams back?
No.
Or is it,
No franchise is going to want to go there because they know that the city of Oakland is not going to put in the support.
Are you going to root for San Fran teams then?
Nope. I'm not a Warriors fan anyway.
Okay.
And I've never been a 49ers fan. I've never been a Giants fan. No, I'm not. Because it's not the city, unfortunately, for me, let me put it like that. For me, it's not the city, it's the franchise. That's why I still roll with the Raiders, and I will forever roll with the Raiders.
Okay. That's fortunate though. To lose 3 teams, that's a lot.
Yeah. 3 teams in 3 years.
Woo.
I'm finna cry now. Go to break so I can cry.
Don't cry. Be mad at we still got 2 minutes. Be mad at Vegas for stealing y'all teams.
I can't be mad at Vegas.
Yeah, you can.
I can, but that's not the target of the problem.
Dan took your football team.
The target of the problem is Oakland, the city of Oakland. They do not want to build a new stadium. Why in the world would you have a modern day NFL team, a modern day Major League Baseball team that has had a lot of success and won many division titles in the last 15 years? Why in the world are you still having them share a stadium? Nobody does that anymore, Rachel.
Ooh, yeah, that is very true. That is very true. Very antiquated thinking, and unfortunately, it's going to cost them even more money in revenue. And they're thinking short game and not long game, and that's the sad part. It's going to be okay.
I'm going to cry.
It's going to be okay. Just saying, I'm not going to cry like Mary J. Blige saying, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to shed no tears. Because guess what? These organizations and athletes are not crying over you. What's up, Delvis? They are not crying over you. So it's going to be okay. You don't have to cry. You don't have to shed a tear. You just had to move on.
I appreciate the attempt of empowerment and encouragement, but it runs a little deeper than that.
Yeah, I mean, we still a little ways out though, too, you know. So if we was closer, I definitely have some more consoling words for you. But I don't right now. So with that being said, we just gonna go ahead and go to break. And then we'll talk a little bit more baseball when we get back about buyers and sellers. And then we want to move on to some NBA action. There's NBA finals taking place, and game 4 is going to be taking place tomorrow night. I've been waiting all week for the rest of the games to happen since Sunday. Like, come on, man, hurry up. So, all right, we're going to take not a commercial break. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We will be right back. That was just that Junebug rap song, if you know what I was doing with that. You know what song that is? Where everybody do like this. Wait, man, you like the king of social media. How do you not know that song?
I'm the king of social media?
Yes. King of Twitter.
King of Twitter.
Yeah. You good at social media, though. I need to get better.
Yeah. That's how I met you, is on Twitter.
I know. Is that right?
Yes.
I thought we met through Nat.
I met her on Twitter.
Oh, man. That's so crazy. It seems like it's been forever now, though.
I know, right? I'm serious.
You know?
Look, I have met so many people on Twitter and formed so many allegiances and collaborations. I got a new one. I just got done doing something with on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw. Tell everybody what that is.
That is the Warzone Network. Shout out to Tony Tucker, man. He is the one that reached out to me and said, hey, we saw some of your shows. We love your enthusiasm about sports. Mm-hmm. And it just so happens that he watched the show on YouTube that Natalie was on and my boy Mike Martinez was on. And when I started the show, I started out with a very, very bad impersonation of Bill Cosby.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know.
So basically with them, I will be contributing with them. They do live interaction watch parties.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be doing another one. Well, I told them I'm going to be on vacation next week. So Rachel, I won't be available next Tuesday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm being.
What am I gonna do?
You'll be all right. I will send my spirit, my enthusiastic spirit up there to Northeast Ohio, and you'll be fine. But anyway,
I don't want to hear that.
But anyway, so Yeah, Tony was like, yo, we want you to come on and be a part of this. You know what you're talking about. You have the enthusiasm, you have the voice, you have everything that's needed. And then he said, we're not looking for new shows at this point, but for you being a baseball guy, we may have you do a 20-minute production. So I was like, okay, I'm in.
Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Warzone.
Happy to hear that.
And of course, I can have anybody that wants to come on with me. So
Yeah.
if you want to come on with me,
Okay. Yeah, I'm with it. Congratulations on the opportunities. It's just amazing sometimes how when people connect with each other, how networks grow, opportunities come, and it's just a beautiful thing and such a blessing. Having Nat on here, having you on here with me, I'm grateful and appreciative of it. And we always have a good time just talking sports, talking about something that we love. So that's what makes it hot. So let's assess who is going to be buyers and sellers. Should we start with the Cleveland baseball team?
we can.
Yeah, they need to be some buyers. They need to do something about their pitching. They need to make some moves as far as some hitting goes. The draft took place tonight, 20 draft picks. But the Cleveland Indians could be movers and shakers or could stand pat. We just don't know with this team. Sometimes, they have such a great front office, very baseball savvy guys, analytics, all that. So I don't really know what the Cleveland Indians are going to do. I do feel like they need to make some moves. They do need to get some bats in. They have brought up some guys from the minors. Oscar Mercado has turned out to be consistent for them. And at first, there were some issues with Oscar, but he slowly started to come on. Bobby Bradley has been given some more time, and he's been able to do a lot for them. So giving some of them younger kids a chance. Tristan McKenzie came up and had an amazing outing the other night, got went 7 innings, got a critical win for him, for his mental toughness and things like that. So some good things, possibly on the horizon. So do you stand pat? What do you do? What do you think the Cleveland baseball team should do, Willie?
I think they should be they should be buyers for some starting pitching. And when everybody comes back, when Bieber comes back, when what's the other cat's name? Savali comes back.
Yeah.
When they're all back, then whatever they do buy will add some additional depth. And the thing too with that division, the Chicago White Sox are also going to be buyers because I heard that Trevor Story may be on their radar if Trevor Story is willing to move. If Trevor Story is willing to move from shortstop to second base. So if he wants to have the best opportunity to win, then he would do that. But
we don't want him. We don't want him in the AL Central.
No, we don't. No, we don't. We don't want him in the AL Central. Why do I care about the AL Central? Oh, wait.
Because you love us.
Yes. So the Cleveland baseball team, I think, should be definitely in the buyers part of the ballpark because they're that close. And with the White Sox, injuries, yes, they are a part of the game, but those injuries have really set them back somewhat. And to be honest with you, if the Cleveland baseball team can go out and get a quality starter for that rotation,
yeah,
I would actually feel with Savali coming back and with Bieber coming back and whoever else they get.
Plesac did come back.
Plesac, yeah. And so you got Plesac, you have Bieber, you have McKenzie, and you have Savali. Those 4 dudes right there, all back and mentally and physically healthy. I would put their rotation, even with everything that is going on right now, I would put their rotation as the best in the division. Thus, I would say go and get another arm.
Yeah, it was one of the best in baseball, but now it's all gone. So, but Tristan McKenzie, you need consistency out of him. So that's something that's really important. And I think him going down to the minors, he's had some quality starts down there. Now he's back up in the majors, so hopefully he can keep that going and have that consistency and be able to go longer outings. Because before the game last week, he went 7 innings, season high for him. He went 3 one of the last times and barely made out the first. So it's good to see that progress from him. Just focusing on the AL Central, Detroit, Minnesota, Kansas City, all 40 wins and under. So they need to do some buying and selling. We can take a look at some of the other teams in the AL. I consider anybody with a losing record who needs to kind of, if they're, even if they're slightly above 500, to be in the buyer seller market. LA Angels 506, Texas 389. Ooh, 35-55. Ooh, that's terrible right now.
Yeah.
And AL East, Baltimore 28-61, 315. They definitely need to be doing something. And then you got the New York Yankees at 46 and 43. They're 8 games out, and Toronto is at 45 and 42, same 5-17. So they're 8 games out. So you kind of got some teams there. You got 4 of your teams above 500 except for one. So Baltimore needs to do something. If you take a look at the NL East, you only got one team. Well, you got 3 teams under 500. So you got Atlanta, Washington, and Miami. So Miami is just in a constant state of being a terrible organization. When are they going to get rid of Derek Jeter?
You can't get rid of him.
Why not?
He's part owner.
Oh, damn, I forgot about that.
He's part owner. What are you gonna do? Fire himself? I ain't fired.
Take a vote of non-confidence.
I'm going to unanimously vote against myself.
Yeah, because I suck at my job. even though I got a picture with him. Yeah, still suck at the job. All right, so Miami, Washington, Atlanta are all under 500, and then you move on to NL Central. So Chicago, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh. Especially Pittsburgh being as terrible, they should be in the market too. And then your NL West, you got 2 teams underneath 500. That would be Colorado, Arizona. What if Trevor Story could possibly come to the Cleveland baseball team? They should be thinking about that as well, because they have some issues with their defense in that area at shortstop and second base. Yeah. So that's something to think about, because that man Rosario ain't necessarily putting it down like he need to. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, and when Nolan Arenado, who's now with the Cardinals, was with the Rockies, and him and Story were on the left side of that infield, that was probably the best left-sided infield in baseball, in the National League for sure. Because Arenado, I mean, he can not only bring it with the bat, but he's a stopper with the glove too. Trevor Story, like I said, it's going to all really depend on if he's willing to move over to second base. And I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Cleveland being in the running for something like that, which I really don't think they need him. They need some arms. They need some pitching help.
That's true too. We need help all over the place, though.
Well, look at it like this, though. I mean, the Yankees are sitting at 46 and 43. And to me, it feels like they should be sellers. But the Cleveland baseball team is 45 and 42. And it feels like to me that they should be buyers. Now, I just realized just now that Cleveland is 8 games out of first place.
I know.
But how many games do they have left with Chicago? At least, 9?
Yeah. Playing, 8,000 times over the season?
Yeah. Something to that effect. So I look at it like this. I think the Red Sox are really in this position because I shouldn't say because they're in this position that nobody really expected them to be there after losing everything that they lost, and without having Chris Sale, who's going to come back in the second half of the season at some point. I think you think about everything that they lost: Benintendi, Betts, and David Price. Even with getting in the kid they got from Detroit, who was struggling mightily at the beginning of the year. I don't know what he's doing right now, but still, the Boston Red Sox have the best record in the American League. Well, they're tied with Houston, but who cares about Houston? They stink.
They cheat.
Yeah. I mean, the hat's off to Dusty Baker, and I don't know if you saw Rachel yesterday, but his son actually got drafted into the majors as well.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah.
As Nate said, as the Rockies being my second favorite team, please don't get rid of Story. Sorry, we'll take them, man. Sorry. The Rockies suck. They need to do something to improve their team. And that means, unfortunately, getting rid of some good players to other teams and getting some of our prospects. So we're willing to offer up some of those prospects for you, Nate. Sorry, we'll take Trevor over here.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Trevor Story is he's a free agent after this year. So
yeah,
he's gonna walk, and the Rockies do need to try to get something for him.
And that's the thing. And even if he came to Cleveland, the Cleveland baseball team probably would not pay him. So that's another thing. So we'd borrow him for a little bit to see if we can make a push towards his wild card in the playoffs. And hopefully we wouldn't come up against the New York Yankees, because they've always seemed to have our number at postseason for whatever reason. I think they're still mad about 2017, not 2017, but 2007.
Oh, 2007.
Yeah, remember when we sent all the bugs from Lake Erie? Jobber Chamberlain.
Jabba who?
Jobber, wasn't it Jobber Chamberlain?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that name. Boy, that's a blast from the past right there.
Jabba the Hood. Yeah, well, we called up Lake Erie to, you know, open up some of her secrets, and one was those bugs that live for like 24 hours. I'm
Oh,
like, I should make a movie about that. I shouldn't be giving away my ideas. But
bro,
what would you do in your life? Ooh, I did not mean to do that.
oh,
Ooh, sorry about that. What would you do if you only had 24 hours to live? Because that's what Mitches have. 24 hours to live. So I don't know. We'll see. But we got to take a commercial break anyway. I hit that button by accident. But we are going to go to a break really quick. We're going to talk some NBA when we come back. So hopefully we answered that, George, for all everybody who should be buyers and sellers. But we're going to be right back. You're listening to Her in the Huddle on WOVU 95.9 FM. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to Her and Huddle, WOVU and 95.9 FM. This is your girl, Rachel Hill, First Lady of Sports, and I'm here with Willie Epting of the Shakeback Sports Network and a man of everything. Willie, you hustle, man. I will give you so much credit for that. You hustle, you get it going, so I'm super proud of you with all the opportunities that you have. Let's talk about a little bit of basketball, man. We got an NBA Finals going on right now. The Phoenix Suns are up 2-1. The Milwaukee Bucks are just had a 20-point win on Sunday night. What are your thoughts? Did that win change the series for you at all, or are you still? Who did you predict? Because I don't know if we ever did a prediction. Who did you predict was going to win the NBA Finals?
well, I'm rooting for Phoenix.
Okay.
And, I guess that could be my prediction because I do want to see Chris Paul get one. But that 20-point game, the 20-point victory in Game 3. Look, this is the thing. Monty Williams made it perfectly clear about how the free throw discrepancy between the two teams was all that. And when you have Giannis shooting, 17 free throws by himself, I don't really see what the complaint is because in Game 1 in Phoenix, the disparity was eerily the same.
Yeah.
And you know what was crazy about Games 1 and Game 2? Both times that the Suns won the games, they scored 118 in both games. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, but anyway, that's just a nerdy
Hashtag weird.
yeah, that too. But anyway, a lot of it is going to depend on Mr. Ayton in the middle because with Sarge being injured for the Suns, and if Ayton gets in foul trouble again, that will put Chris Paul essentially at the 4.
Yeah, he ain't no fault.
But
he ain't no fault.
No, he ain't no foe. So that would instantaneously make them have to go smaller than what they really want to.
Yeah.
And we saw in game 3 what Giannis did when he's acting like a number 4 or number 5. And it's just not fair, dude, when all of the shots that you made are within 2 feet of the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And you're already 7 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, but there noticeably there's a lot of inside basketball being played in this series as well. Suns in 5 was Nate's. He said the Bucks were going to win either 2 or 3. Suns in 5. That's ooh.
But wait a minute, Nate, your math is off, dude.
Suns in 5.
How does that
work?
So game 2 or game 3.
Oh, he did say that though.
Okay.
He did say that. I do remember that. So they won game 3. They got to get tomorrow at home. They got to get that. And pretty much these series come down to who can steal one on the road if it's going to be in 6. If not, it's all about winning at home. So that's where we at as far as those series goes.
So the saying goes that a series does not begin until a home team or until a road team wins.
That's correct. Especially in the very beginning.
So in the 2019 World Series, does that mean that nobody won the World Series?
Who played in that World Series?
Oh, you know what? That's the opposite because every road team won a game in the World Series when the Nationals and the Astros played. So if this series goes 7 games and the Suns take it in 7 and every home team wins the game, does that mean that the series is not really a series? Does that mean there's no champion?
Absolutely, there's a champion. I don't have no problem with that.
When does the series start, though? If a home team wins every game, when does the series start?
Okay, maybe I should phrase that to good series. A good series starts. I mean, it's just I want this to go 7 games. You don't have these are mid-market teams, which I'm excited. I know that doesn't make a lot of people excited to see, but these are mid-market teams who might not have a chance to make it for years to come. They were able to get over adversity in their own divisions in which they maybe shouldn't have came out of. I mean, Phoenix was number 2, but Milwaukee, beating that 3-headed monster. Well, it was a 2-headed monster, but beating New Jersey. Nobody really thought that was Brooklyn. Excuse me. I just dated myself. Excuse me. I still call CVS Revco sometimes. So, but I know. I just completely dated myself. But seeing teams that people say aren't supposed to be there, but rightfully are, make it as opposed to your East Coast Monsters or your basketball Blue Bloods. I'm excited about that, and I like that.
Well, number one, the Bucks did not beat a team with a 3-headed monster, nor a 2-headed monster. It was like 1.5 because Harden was hobbled. And look, that kind of reminds me of what we need to talk about real quick. That's the fact that the U.S. basketball team has lost 2 straight. After losing to Nigeria, you lose to Matthew Dellavedova.
Man, okay, so why when I was coming down to the studio, I was thinking that same thing. I was like, they ain't lost to Delhi out here.
Yes.
They ain't lost and what Patty Mills?
Patty Mills.
They lost to Matthew Dellavedova and Patty Mills. Was Patty Mills was either one of them even on the team? Probably so. But I'm like, Willie, get out of my head because literally I was thinking the U.S. team done lost to Matthew Dellavedova.
Well, but you know what? But this is why I said that the way that I said it. On this particular U.S. Olympic team, there is no LeBron James, there is no Anthony Davis, there is no Dwayne Wade, there is no throw any other big name superstar out there. There's none of those guys on this team. This team is being led by Kevin Durant.
Soft.
The U.S. is in trouble.
And then there's a picture of him on his head, pretty much. I don't know if you saw that picture that made it the AP Wire, where he was like on his head after getting pushed down by somebody from Nigeria. That wasn't a good look. And can Kevin Durant lead a team? All signs point to no. He wasn't able to do it in Oklahoma City. He wasn't able to do it with the Golden State Warriors, and he hasn't been able to do it with the New Jersey Nets. So all signs are pointing to no. You know who I mean. Not the New Jersey Nets, excuse me. You know what I mean? The Brooklyn Nets. They moved to a whole new place.
Right. Let's back up, because he did do it with the Warriors, but he didn't really do it with the Warriors.
Exactly.
He was the best player on an already phenomenally all-time, possibly great team.
Because he couldn't compete against them, so he had to go join them.
Yeah.
That is a poster of if you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. Donald Duck Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam and Bugs Bunny. Shout out to y'all, man. But anyway, if Kevin Durant is leading your team, I have issues with that, because you know why? Kev, what are you doing? You playing with your ears?
No. My headphones. Adjusting my headphones.
You threw me off. Kevin Durant has come out himself and said, I am not a leader. So I got issues with that.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost our time in a second. We're gonna have to get out of here. But at this stage of the game, yeah, Kevin Durant and Team USA, they're gonna have to get it together. So I don't know what in the world is going on with them. But Willie, I want to give you my congratulations for all the wonderful things that you have going on. And I'm glad that you are continuing to be able to be here with me. And we're going to miss you on Tuesday. So, but that's all good, because I know you're out there doing wonderful things. So thank you for joining me in the huddle today. And we're going to see who's going to emerge tomorrow victorious from the NBA Finals, that game number 4.
Cleveland!
And also enjoy your All-Star game tonight.
Appreciate that.
All right. You've listened to Her in the Huddle on WOVU and 95.9 FM, and we are out of here.